Hi there. Happy Training Tuesday. I am Kim Irwin. I'm an independent consultant with Arbonne International, and I appreciate you taking some time to listen in on this today. I want to ask, how many of you have aging parents? Are you now caring for your parents? Is that looking like something that may be down the road for you? Maybe you are the aging parent. You know, there are so many unknowns and so many myths and so many, so much information swirling around that sometimes it's hard to really know what you need to be concerned about, really. And so I went on to the National Institute of Aging, and I pulled out just 8 different myths about aging. And I want to talk a little bit about them and a little bit about how we can support that, make it better. We don't always have to just accept things as they are. We have the power to change them. We need to have the will and the tools to do that. So I am hoping to bring some things to light today and then provide some options for you, some tools to take a look at. So one of the first myths about aging is that depression and loneliness is normal in older adults. That's not true. As people age, they sometimes find themselves feeling isolated, feeling alone. This can lead to feelings of depression. They can get anxious. They can get sad. That is not a normal part of aging, however. They say that there are some studies that show that older adults are less likely to experience depression than young adults. That's an interesting study, don't you think? A finding. And especially, over the past 2 years, things are so different in our world, and we have so many young people with depression. That's not what we're talking about today. We are talking about older adults, but, I think what's important here is that it is not a normal part of aging. So if you're caring for parents or you're noticing this in yourself, you need to have that awareness. And if behavior is changing, maybe your mom is starting to feel really anxious and she didn't used to do that. That may be something that's a sign for you to really explore that, maybe go see the physician, but start taking some steps to maybe improve that for that adult. The second one, the older you get, the less sleep you need. That'll never be true for me. But sometimes it is harder for them to fall asleep and stay asleep. But the misconception is that a person's sleep needs decline with age. Actually, older adults need 7 to 9 hours each night. So you come right up on that 8 hours of sleep. When you get enough sleep, that helps you feel more alert, and it keeps you healthy. Okay, sleep is such an important piece of our life, because that's when our body has an opportunity to just rejuvenate. It can also reduce, in older adults, it can reduce the risk of falls and improve their overall well-being mentally. And it has so many other benefits. So sleep is important. It doesn't mean just because you're getting older, you need less sleep. That's a myth, according to the National Institute on Aging. Third one, older adults can't learn new things. Really? Older adults have the ability to learn new things, create new memories, improve their performance in a variety of skills. Okay? So maybe there are some cognitive changes. Some of those can be positive. We don't always have to be worried that those cognitive changes that it's a decline. It can be positive. So one study, they found that older adults who learned quilting or digital photography had improved memory. So seeking out new social connections with others, engaging in social activities like a dance class or a book club, that keeps that brain activity active, and it just helps with cognitive health. So those are the easy things to do. Really keep our older adults engaged, keep them socially engaged, keep them mentally engaged. All of that is really important. Another one, This is a scary one. This is a myth. It is inevitable that older people will get dementia. Dementia is not a normal part of aging. It is just not. I think we've come to the point where we feel like there's so much conversation about it, that it's everywhere. And I'm not minimizing it by any stretch. My mom had dementia. And it's a very, very difficult disease to deal with, Alzheimer's and dementia. But it is not inevitable. And remember, occasionally forgetting an appointment, losing your keys, that's mild forgetfulness. Okay. Don't start beating yourself up if you or your parent or, an older adult that you're caring for is starting to just have just a little bit of mental decline. It's not dementia necessarily. Okay. If you do have serious concerns, you start seeing changes in behavior. I remember my mom used to get kind of combative with me, and it's very difficult to be a caregiver for someone who is in those stages, early, mid, whatever. It's a very difficult position to be in, and it does take training and skills. So, seek help if you do feel like you're getting to that point, but recognize that it is not inevitable. Okay. Number 5, older adults should take it easy and avoid exercise so they don't get hurt. No. Now, granted, there are going to be, if a doctor tells you don't exercise, you always listen to your physician, okay? But studies have shown that there is so much more to gain by being active than by just sitting and being inactive. It says that it can help manage some chronic conditions. Exercise and physical activity are not only great for your mental and physical health, but it can keep you independent as you age. So different things. I used to train for Silver Sneakers. I would train those instructors so that they had older adult exercise, and they were seated, but they were active. And any level could do it. So any older adult was able to participate in that. They could participate, maybe Tai Chi, maybe some gentle yoga. But those types of things can really help improve balance and that feeling of independence. Think about it, guys. When we work out, don't you feel good? Don't you feel empowered? It's the same thing as we get older. Okay. So, unless your doctor says don't get any exercise and avoid that, it really can be beneficial for you. But you need to have the strength. You need to have the muscle strength, the joint stability. And so there are things you can do to support that if you don't have that yet. And you're just starting, and they or you are just starting to get into that kind of program. The last one I have is only women need to worry about osteoporosis. Not true, guys. Yes, it is more common in women, but this disease does still affect men. And they say that men may not be as likely to have osteoporosis because they start with more bone density than women. So 1 in 5 men over the age of 50 will have an osteoporosis related fracture. That's 1 in 5. By age 65 to 70, men and women both start losing bone mass at the same rate. I think that in our life, that's like the only thing that happens at the same rate. So many of the things that put men at risk are the same as those for women. So that can be family history. It could be not enough calcium or vitamin D, too little exercise, lots of other different risk factors. But what we want to do is we want to recognize that having older parents, older and aging parents, or thinking about that ourselves, we want to be prepared. And there are so many things that we can do to support our mind and our body and our health with that. Okay, so a couple of things I wanted to bring up, and of course I'm going to talk about Arbonne because that's my life. I love this, and health and well-being for everyone at any age is extremely important. But we have got products that can help your aging parents. So think about this. If you're hearing this now, and you're thinking, I mean, yeah, dad's doing that a little bit, or mom's kind of feeling that way, or she can't, her joints are hurting her, or her joints are swelled up, or whatever. Here are some options for you, okay? First of all, for bone density, protein is so important. We've got our shakes, okay? 20 grams of vegan protein, pea protein, highly digestible, so it's really good for their gut health. Right in line with that, I'm not going off the protein yet, but our gut health, prebiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes. This is so important, having a healthy gut. And a lot of times things just don't work quite as quickly or as easily as they used to. So we can support that with gut health. They're little sticks. You either put them in water, put them in a cup of tea, the gut health you don't put in hot, or just mix it with water and drink it down. Little powder sticks, okay? Going back to the protein though, we need protein because of bone density, muscle decline. So they may have muscle weakness or something. Getting enough protein into their system is really, really important. If they don't, and I don't know if you've ever tasted some of those shakes that you get at, like Walmart or whatever. Some are not very good. I can tell you ours are really, really good. They're chocolate, vanilla, coffee, lots of different flavors that kind of come and go for limited times. But we also have what's just called a protein boost. I used that this morning, actually. I had some oatmeal, very healthy, but not a lot of protein in it. So I put some protein boost in there. And you can't taste it, you can't smell it, but it's going to add that 10 extra grams of protein in my breakfast for me, okay? The next thing, all right, talking about just the cognitive decline through aging, not necessarily dementia, not necessarily Alzheimer's, just wanting to support our mind health. That's what this is. Very, very easy to talk to. So the mind health has got sunflower phosphatidylglycerine. I can't read it, but I'm not pronouncing it correctly. But this is to help support our cognitive functions, the cells in our brain. So I can tell you this is amazing. I take one of these every single day. Same thing. This is a cherry lime flavor. Mix it in with something else if you want, drink it straight, whatever. But if you are noticing a decline and you want to help support that, I'm not saying this is going to take everything away or fix it. I am saying that you can do what you can to help support your aging parents or yourself. You might want to do this proactively. The other thing is our skin elixir. Now, when I was talking about joints hurting and maybe swelling, things like that, hyaluronic acid, which is what I did my Training Tuesday on last week, hyaluronic acid helps maintain that moisture that synovial fluid loses as we age. So you don't have to remember all of that. Just remember this. It's called skin elixir. So also as we age, we get thinner, drier skin, right? This helps encourage your body to create more collagen, more of its own collagen, not putting an animal collagen in you. So double whammy with this, the hyaluronic acid in it and it's got biotin in it. So a skin elixir, once again, little packet, stick it right in there, drink your water, drink your tea, whatever with this. That can help them. Help with the synovial fluid loss by helping maintain some moisture in those joints. The last thing that I want to talk about is our Inner Calm. Okay, Inner Calm has ashwagandha and saffron in it. So when we're talking about feelings of isolation, feelings of anxiety, think about this. Maybe they've lost their spouse. They're living alone, or they're living in an assisted living, or they're in memory care or whatever. They may need something to help support them with this. Our Inner Calm can do that. It's a little powder. This is actually closed. I haven't opened it yet. But just a little scoop that you can add to some tea, add to, again, a glass of water, a shake, whatever. This helps balance out, takes out that roller coaster of emotions and anxiety and, just helps bring it back to a baseline. calms a little bit. Also, I talked about them having trouble falling asleep and staying asleep. This does help. It calms you. It relaxes you. When I take it at night, I'm asleep. And I don't even need help going to sleep. But so anyway, those are just some products that I wanted to offer up. These are things that are going to happen to our aging parents and with us. So if there is something that you can do to help them along the way with that, to maybe improve their quality of life in some way, shape, or form, this is a great way to do it. So I hope that this dispelled some of these myths that we talk about with aging. And then when you do recognize that there are some signs of aging occurring, there are some things that can support it, make it better. So hopefully this was of help. I hope you have a great rest of your day and rest of the week, and I will talk to you next Tuesday.